Wow. So, is Miami popping or is Miami popping? Like, how in the world are the Dolphins undefeated after 3 weeks, you might be wondering? Well, let me tell you how. And to do that, we have to look all the way back at week 1 when Miami headed up north to face off against division rivals New England Patriots. In a pretty anticipated matchup, considering the fact that everyone in the media was wondering how the Tua Tyreek tandem was going to fare. Plus, it would also be Mike McDaniel's first game as a head coach after getting hired back in February, with Brian Flores being shipped out after the 2021 season while having 2 winning seasons in the last 2 years of his tenure. Anyway, back to the week 1 matchup that kicked off with a bang for Miami, as Melvin Ingram would get a 2-yard fumble recovery for a touchdown. And they followed that right up with a 42-yard explosion to Jalen Waddle to take a 17-0 lead versus the freaking Bill Belichick and the Patriots right before the half. And nothing really happened after the half, as Miami would take the game with a dominant 27 lead. And things only got better for the Fins, because week 2 would be a classic as Tua and the gang went up against Lamar and the Ravens. And damn, did this game have everything. And of course, it started off with another Jalen Waddle touchdown for Miami. But that would be it for a while, as Lamar turned up with a 79-yard run in the third that would give the Ravens a 35-14 lead. And before we continue with this game, how about stopping to like the video and subscribe to the channel? We're on the road to 200, so, let's see if we can get there. And though you remember who's on the other side of the field, oh, that's right, Tyreek Hill, who went supernova, got 2 TDs and tied this game up 35 apiece with 5 left on the clock. The Dolphins went down again, but with 14 on the clock and Miami with possession, of course Tua would go straight to Waddle for the game-winning tud. That is the only man in the world who I know that can make grown men waddle like a penguin. Crazy. And in week 3, Miami would have their biggest test as they'd head all the way up north to Buffalo to play the Bills. And now it was time for a new start to take over for Miami. And that man was Chase motherfucking Edmonds, as he'd get not 1, but 2 TDs in the game to make the score 21-17 at the beginning of the 4th. And one crazy punt later, and Miami would seal the deal 21-19 to beat the Bills and become one of only 2 teams to go 3-0 in this season. This team has so much potential to be real playoff contenders this season, and if I'm being honest, I would not be saying this with much certainty only a month ago. I haven't even mentioned that the team's defense yet, with players like Melvin Ingram leading the team in sacks, too, while Javon Holland is playing fucking crazy with an interception and the most solo tackles on the team. Hell, let me give a shout out to the kicker who's been great so far in Jason Saunders, who's 11 for 11 extra points because they score that many touchdowns, and 2 made field goals. And look, Mike McDaniel has pulled this team together. He's done a great job. Brian Flores was good, but Mike McDaniel is something else. Okay, you know what I'm saying? Anyway, that's about it for the video. All I wanted to talk about, Miami's popping. They'll probably win versus those Bengals and their sweet jerseys. Those white jerseys, stunning. Anyway, that's about it. Deuces.